Years old? Bro, you're 24. I don't know why you gotta question it. Hi guys, I'm Micah, owner of HookedOnMicah, and I'm here to give you a little bit of background about myself, why I started HookedOnMicah, and give you a quick crochet tutorial on how to do a single crochet. So, like I said, my name is Micah. I'm from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I currently live in England. About me, I am a major foodie, and I don't understand how people who aren't foodies are not foodies, because how could you not like food? I like crafts, of course, but that's stating the obvious. I like to crochet, I like to sew, and I'm looking forward to learning how to knit. I started HookedOnMicah in 2016, around the time when we were about to leave England the first time. I decided to start crocheting again, and after I started crocheting again, I realized that people liked the stuff that I made, so I was like, hey, you know, why not make a business out of this? I wasn't as proactive as I probably should have been. Fast forward to the middle of 2017, I ended up joining the Air Force, and HookedOnMicah was put on hold for a number of months until I got through basic training and such. Since the beginning of 2018, I've been steady going, been learning more about how to build my business and make money and so forth. So yeah, that's it about HookedOnMicah, and like I said, I'm going to give you guys a quick tutorial on how to create a chain and then build rows of single crochets on top of them. Let me know what you guys think. Thanks again for watching. Guys, the only thing you're going to need for this is yarn, of course, and then a crochet hook. Before I start, I pull a good amount of yarn just so that as I'm starting, it's not tugging against me. You're going to take the short end and wrap it over the long end, right? Like so. So the short end is in front of the long end. Then you're going to reach through the back of it. So hold this. I'm trying to show you guys, but also do it to where it's not confusing. But yeah, so it's like this, right? You see the short end on this side, long end on this side. You're going to reach to the back and pull the long end through the knot and just pull down on these two, and then you have a loop in it. So let me show you guys that again. To take it out, you just pull like this and it comes right out. So you're going to take the short end, wrap it over the long end, and you don't have to make it that big. I'm just doing it so you guys can see it. Hopefully it makes it a little bit easier for you guys to see it, but usually I make mine pretty small. So you could take the short end, wrap it over the long end, pull the long end through the loop, and then pull these two down to where it makes a knot. Take your crochet hook, put your crochet hook through the loop like so, and then I typically just tighten my knot to the crochet hook. Like, you don't want to make it too tight because you have to pull your hook through it, but you don't want to make it loose to where it's like, well, that's not really loose, but you don't want to make it too loose where it's not, you know, it's just falling out. So anyway, I'm about to teach you the chain. The chain, you want to make sure that your tension is always the same. So you want to make it tight enough to where it's not like loose and there's holes like you can see through it. But you don't want to make it too tight to where when you build on top of this chain, it's hard for you to stick your hook through the bottom loops to build on top of it. And I'll show you guys that a little bit. Well, I'll explain to you what I mean by that later. So you're going to take your hook, wrap it around the yarn, and pull it through the loop. Like so. Right? You guys see that? So once again, take your hook, wrap it around, and pull it through the loop. Don't make it any longer than 15 because it takes a long time to build your project up if you have like 100 chains going through. So yeah, wrap your hook around the yarn and pull it through. Once again, wrap your hook around your yarn and pull it through. As you're creating your chains, you also don't want to twist it. You want to make sure it's always facing the same way, because later as you build on your project, you don't want it to be twisting and turning, and it's just going to be harder to build on top of it. See, wrap it around the yarn and pull it through, and there you have a chain. So one side of it looks like a braid, and then the other side has like these back loops. I hope you guys can see those back loops. You're going to be building on top of these back loops. You can build on top of this braid. However, I think that this braid looks better at the bottom, in my opinion, than these loops do. So as you're ready to move on to your first row, say you've created as many chains as you would like, you're going to take your hook. You're not going to chain one this round because you've only made a chain, but you're going to skip this first back loop. Do not crochet in that first back loop. That's going to count as your chain. Then you're going to take your hook, show you guys a little bit better, insert it into this back loop right here, like so. So it's a loop right there. You're going to take your hook, wrap it around the yarn, pull it through. You have 2 loops on your hook, and you're going to take your hook, wrap it around your yarn, and pull it through again. Once again, go into the next back loop, insert your hook into the next loop, like so. Wrap your hook around the yarn, pull it through. You now have 2 loops on your hook. Wrap your hook around your yarn again and pull through both loops. And you just did 2 single crochets. So you're going to take your hook, insert it into, and this is what I mean by your tension. So these 2 I've made super loose, and you can see how that one has a hole, or I shouldn't say a hole, a gap in the in-between. And this one's a little tight, so it's hard for me to stick the hook in, but it's okay. It's not that tight. Versus if you had one that was like super tight, it would be nearly impossible for you to stick the hook through the loop. So yeah, you're going to keep going all the way across. So you're going to stick your hook in the loop, wrap your yarn around the hook, pull through, or your hook around the yarn, pull through, and then wrap the yarn and pull through again. Insert into the next stitch. See, this one's kind of tight, but it's not that bad. Wrap your hook around your yarn, pull through, and once again, pull through both loops. Next stitch, insert your hook into that bottom loop, wrap your hook around your yarn, pull up the next loop, 2 loops on your hook, wrap your hook around your yarn again, and pull through. And you're going to do that all the way to the end. So you made it to the end, and now you have 1 row of single crochets. So to build your next row, you're going to take your project and flip it so that you're starting on the right side again, right? Now that you're on the right side again, you're going to chain 1. So you chain 1 at the beginning of each round, right? And then you're going to single crochet into this first stitch. So let me move this out of the way to show you guys. There's 2 loops under here, kind of like that braided look again. They're all going to look braided now. So you have 2 loops under here. Grab your yarn back, sorry. And you're going to wrap your hook around your yarn, pull through, 2 loops again on your hook, and then pull through again. And you just started your second row. And then you're going to go all the way across again. So enter into that braid, or those 2 loops, shall I say. Pull up a loop, and then wrap around again and pull through those 2 loops. And insert into those 2 loops under there. Wrap it around, pull up a loop, and then pull through it again. And you're going to do this all the way across. My project is not that long because I'm going to take this out once I'm done. But like I said, yours could be as long as you wanted it to be. There you are, you're finished your second row of single crochets. So once again, you're going to turn your work to where you're starting on your right side again. You're going to take and you're going to chain 1 once again, like the beginning, where you just wrap your yarn or wrap your hook around your yarn and pull through. But I'm going to take one of those out because I only need 1. Okay, and then you're going to single crochet into that same stitch. And go through those loops at the bottom, wrap your hook around your yarn, pull up a loop, and then do the same thing and pull through both of those loops. And you're going to keep doing that until your project is however long you would like it to be. Guys, I've created a few rows and that's about it. You can use this stitch to create simple things like washcloths or other simple patterns. So you can see that's the top that you're working through, and then this is the bottom finish that I was talking about earlier, that I like how it looks like that. But thanks for watching. Micah. I started Hooked on Micah in August of 2017. Whoa, it's not 17. It was not 2017. I'm 24 years old. I'm from Philadelphia. Philadelphia, Micah. Philadelphia. Since when do you say Philadelphia? Years old? Bro, you're 24. I don't know why you got a question. I'm 24 years old. You're still making noise. Traveling.